What's going on, guys? Kivox here, and welcome to a new wand review. The last time on wand review, we were in September. We are still at September, but we are at the end of September right now. And this next wand was submitted by Don. If you guys don't know, the way wand review works is you guys submit your wands to newwandsday@gmail.com. I basically will show them off, say, kind of critique them a little bit. So if you don't want to be critiqued, just don't send them. It's fine. Or just specifically say on there, hey, I just wanted to share this with you, but I don't want you to judge me at all. So please don't use it. And I'll be like, okay, no problem. I usually don't respond. I just eventually get to the wands or don't get to the wands, but I do see all of them. I usually see them when I first get them and then eventually go back and look at them again. So the first one for today was submitted by Don from Sweden. Hello to Sweden. And this was your first wand. I believe you cut down a branch, or you used a branch to carve it, and you did some burns and stuff. And for your first wand, it's pretty good. There are a couple of little things, just not for your design, but just the little things that you should pay attention to. Right where the guard is, and it tapers in and gets skinny. It's very skinny. It tapers in a lot, and then it gets fatter towards the end. Visually, it looks a little weird, but it gives you a little bit of a weak spot right there. And just be careful. I mean, it's a thicker wand, so it should still be plenty thick, and you shouldn't have an issue there. And then you did the rings, the black rings with a lighter. Pretty good. The wand doesn't look as finished as it could. Maybe it just needs like a little bit of a clear coat or something on it, just to kind of add in that final touch. Something that I always talk about is that final 10%. Whenever you think your wand is done, just take a step back and look at it and think, like, what can I do to improve? Don't think like, what can I add to it, but what can I tweak, or what little adjustments does it need? I do like that you weathered the string, the rope, whatever you tied around the handle. I do like that because it fits the wand. It doesn't look like it's out of place. Good job, Don. Okay, next up we have Ethan, and this is the first of all, Ethan is 12 years old, so congratulations for making this cool wand. And you made this on the lathe. And can I open this up? Thank you. You did a good job. It's a fairly simple wand. There isn't a lot going on, but I think you did a good job. Lathes are as much as I give the people that make wands on the lathe flack, but they're tough. They're not the easiest thing. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're new to it, it's not the easiest thing. Once you get better, it's a lot easier to bang out some wands. But I think you did a good job. Nice job, Ethan. I don't really have any critiques to make. I think it's a nice ratio. I think you did well. So good job, dude. We have another one by Ethan, and I think this one looks a lot better. I really like this one. It's a much classier, traditional, very suitable for the Harry Potter universe. I think you did a lot better of a job with the lathe part of it. There's a little bit more detail there. You went in a little bit deeper. You got some nice curves. And then you added in a bit of that texture with that stain. I think this is a really nice one. I think it's better than your other one. So good job once again. We have one submitted by Can. I like the wand. I think there isn't a lot to it. It's a very simple design. And there's a little bit left of finishing on it. You can see in this picture, you can still see all the little hairs and the fibers from the actual wood. That just needs to be just trimmed down a little bit, just a little bit of light sandpaper, some 300, 400, just a really light to get a nice finish on it. Just to get rid of those. You know that I'm a fan of giving it a little bit of contrast, a little bit of color. I think a little bit of burning would go a long way for this one. Just because you have a lot of facets, right? So if you hit it with a torch really quick, if you are younger than 18, do not touch a torch. Talk to your parents about it. I'm not recommending anybody here play with fire unless you're of age to play with fire. And even if you do, be careful. Not my fault if you get burnt. All right, you've been warned. I've burned myself plenty of times. So just a little bit of contrast. I like the general shape. It's a very simple, like extended teardrop shape, and it looks good. It could be a little bit better if you just finish it off a little bit. Give it a little bit of sanding, just a little bit of sanding, and then a clear coat would go a long way, I feel. Nice job though. Next up, we have a wand submitted by Theo Hansen, and so I saw a couple of previous photos of this, and it's like a bear claw and stuff, and some bones and some dino bones and stuff like that. I think you did a really good job, dude. I don't think it fits in the Harry Potter universe, but I think as a wand, especially like a D&D wand, it's very D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know, well, now you know, and you should look into it because they got some really weird, like they have like a wand with like a little crystal gem thing at the end. It's like a ball, but then it has another like piece to it. It's really cool. I think your wand looks really cool. I think it needs a little bit of, I think you're still like kind of tweaking it and stuff. I think what you could do is add a little bit, like if you want the bone to look more bony, add a little bit of like more like some like browns and some more earthy colors to the bone, the white parts of it. But I think it looks really cool. I think there's a lot of really cool design things. It's very sword-esque. It's very fantasy, like high fantasy stuff. I think you did a great job, man. That's it. Next up, we have somebody from the Philippines, and their name is Anelmer. Anelmer. I hope I'm saying it semi-correctly. Your wand is 100% made of bone, plus some wraps, but for the most part, made of bone. I think this thing looks very good. I think you did a very good job with it. It's like super creepy. It's super witchy, and like, I really like it. I have nothing bad to say about it other than, no, I'm just kidding. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I think you did a great job. Nice job, Anelmer. Anelmer. All right, next up, we got some submitted by James here. So, okay, so we have two wands. This first one, it's pretty good. It needs a little bit of tweaking, but I think you did a pretty good job. There's really nothing bad for me to say about it. And then your second one, I really like. I think the picture is not the right ratio, so I can't really give you any better shots than this. But I really like it. I like the general, like almost like tree shape, like Christmas tree shape, where it's like a triangle and it tapers all the way down. I really like it. It looks like you put some hot glue around it. Again, I can't really tell. I like the general shape of it. I think you did pretty good, man. All right, next up, we have a returning submitter. Your name is Ricardo, I think, right? Ricardo? And you submitted two wands. First of all, I loved your last wand that you submitted a while ago. This was actually, I guess, a while ago. Oh, officially, we are in, what is it, November? October. We're in October. So if you submitted your wand in October, maybe we're going to get to them. And before I go on, just going to give you guys a heads up. If you submit your wands, try to take a nice, clean photo. Try to keep the ratio, this ratio here, 16 by 9, right? Don't make them super long. Don't make them square. This makes it harder for me to show them to you if you do that. If you make it not the right thing, and then it just, I may even skip it if it's bad enough. Also try to, maybe take a photo outside, take it nice and bright. No blurry photos, nice resolution. Yeah. So let's move on to Ricardo's wands. The first one is this very pommel heavy with a little bit of metal accent there. Very simple, nice design. I really like it. Nothing bad to say about it. Question is, okay, I think I figured it out. You slid that piece down, the metal piece down, to make it. Okay, cool. Now your next one. Ooh, love that handle. It's so organic and it's nice and swishy. I really like it. You did a lot of burning with it. It was probably a pain in the butt to burn with like a lighter, because I know that lighters burn really slow, because I've done it before, and it's just a pain in the butt. I know. I've also burned wood with a heat gun. That's like, I didn't have a lighter. I had a heat gun. I didn't have a torch at the time. So that's how I did it. And it was a terrible idea. And I don't recommend it. But it does give you a little bit more of a blend, more of a faded effect, a lot easier, because you're burning so slowly. But sometimes you burn your hand a little bit. Nice job, Ricardo. I think you did an excellent job. And they're both beautiful ones. Next up, 3 wands submitted by Paul. And I do like all 3 of them. I would say 2 of them I have a little bit of an issue with. Let's start off with the, oh wait, you have some more. You have 3 in here. Okay, 4? 4. Okay, so let's start off with this one that's not actually, oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay, next up we have a few wands submitted by Paul. So 3 of them I have like a little bit of an issue with little things of it, and I'm about to go over that right now. All 4 of them are good. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna just nitpick. That's my job. That's what I'm here to do, is nitpick just for you, so that you get a little something out of it. So let's start off with this first one. I know that putting things like doorknobs and stuff, like not doorknobs, like cabinet knobs and stuff on stuff, it's a cool way to add a little bit, but I know it's also very hard. It's very hard to get it to look right and just kind of have everything flow together well. One thing I have a problem with this one is that you may have wanted to make the wand a little bit longer, so that the pommel isn't too big in comparison with the rest of the wand. I think that's the main thing for a couple of them, including this next one. Even though you don't have anything added there, the handle is a little too big for how short the wand is, or the wand is really long and still the handle is too big. The ratio is just a little off. I would say you need to taper that down a little bit just to make it visually look better. Granted, all of these things I always say in these videos, I forgot to say this at the beginning, is my opinion. Doesn't mean that I'm right. If you think that wand is perfect, then that wand is perfect. Don't listen to me. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm sorry if you don't agree with it, but it's that's why we're doing this. So I really like the shape of this one. I really like the general, it's kind of like it's almost like a pistol grip, right? And I actually really like it. The next one, you fell into that same thing where the pommel is just big because of that knob, and it makes it a lot harder to make the rest of the wand the right size. I think if the rest of the wand was a little bit longer, maybe like 20% longer, 25% longer, it would fit better, because then if you're looking at the whole thing, it would look right. Now imagine if you have, like a handle that's this thick, but the wand is only this long. It just wouldn't work. If it's this thick, it needs to be longer, so that it just fits better. So that wood though looks really good. Like, I really like the finish on it. I think it looks all like, creepy, and there's a lot of little details and grain on there. I think it looks really good. Now this next one is my favorite that you made. You notice that it's the one that has a thinner handle. I love all those natural knots. I believe those are natural knots on it. I think they look really good. I like the idea of having the color on only part of it and then leaving that centerpiece there bare. I think it's a really cool thing. I definitely, the knots are my favorite part about it. I think they just look really cool. I've made a couple of like fake style things like that on a wand, where you just carve it out and make it look like it has like the knots. They're technically not knots, right? That was probably like a branch or something with the things coming out. I think it looks really good. I can't see too much detail, but it looks good. I like it. Next up, we got 2 wands submitted by Bobby, and these are both pretty good. You said that you carved them with a pocket knife only, no sandpaper. understandable why it's a little rough. I really like this first one. I don't know if it's just the general shape of it. I don't know what it is about it, but something there just piques my interest and makes me really like it. I like that it's just like it's just a slight arch, and it's very pointy. Even though I always complain about stuff being too pointy, sometimes it works. Sometimes it all depends. It almost looks like a thorn, like a really long thorn broken off of a giant tree. It's cool. The next one I don't like as much. I don't know if it's because it's too light. I do like the rough color of the other one. You most likely stained it with like an oak or something stain. I don't like the taper on the brown part of this second one going down into the lower part of the handle. Something just looks a little off there. I don't know if it's because it's too big or what it is, but that first one I really like. I think they're both good. Those are my little nitpicks for that second one. Next up, we have a submission by Richard, and this one we got a few wands here, and I actually like all of them. I think they're all pretty cool wands. One of them falls a little short, but the rest, good job, dude. So let's start off with this first one. I like it. It's very long. You explained that it's about 20 inches long, or 20 inches long exactly, but it's not a traditional like Harry Potter style wand. It's more of like the like a fantasy wand where, you know, it's more like a club style, and you cast from the bigger end of it where the gem is there. It definitely has that old school fantasy look to it. The rest are more Harry Potter inspired. I don't know what kind of wood that is, but it looks super dope, and I really like all the little spalted parts at the end on the gem side of it. It looks really cool. And then next up we have this weird cool like long one with the hole at the end. That one just looks good. The next one just looks pretty good too. They're all pretty simple designs. When we get over to the fifth one, I would say that's probably one of the more interesting ones, and I don't know if it's because of all that the I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like termites or something that ate through it. Looks really cool. The next one is all spirally. I believe that's probably part of the natural part of the wood as well. And then the last one I'd say is probably the one that falls a little short for me. But I think you did really good. I think these are super dope. And you sent these a while ago, so you may not even be seeing this video, but yeah, there are some ideas here that may inspire me to make something in the future. I really like the big old club looking one. That would look cool if it was like shrunken down into something smaller for like a traditional Harry Potter style wand. I may have to work on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this like slightly shorter wand review video. I'm gonna try to make some more of these more often now that everything is kind of starting to settle down with all of this, you know, super bad cold thing going on. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to submit your wands to New Wands Day, take it easy, because I am still in October right now. So I'm still in October of 2019, and I have a lot of wands until now. The submissions have slowed down, so if you do want to submit your wand now, it's probably a good time, because I have, like, you know, I'm gonna start catching up, and then eventually I'm gonna run out. So if you want to submit them now, newwandsday@gmail.com, and make sure 16:9, nice like angle or something, you know, like across the screen this way would work well. And I hope to see your wand soon. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.